Welcome to this week's edition of the Gold Weekly Report. I'm going to dig a lot deeper into the technical analysis, look at the sentiment, what's going on in the gold market, and try and unravel where the price could possibly be heading next. Hello, I'm Stephen Ho, trader and founder of TheStopHunter. So before we can carry on, a risk warning for you to pay close attention to. The content in this video is not investment advice, so please seek the advice, help of financial professionals or financial advisors before investing and trading. And trading and investing involves a high degree of risk and your money is at risk, so be very careful. So with that out the way, let's get on with the analysis. So the gold weekly line chart, since last week's report we've had a slight correction back to the positive side for gold, and it was using that 1745 area. You can see the 50% Fibonacci line as its support to bounce from, but it's probably going to find some overhead resistance around that $18.15 area, and that's a 61.8% Fibonacci line where there has been a lot of noise in the past. But if you go back over most of this year, it has been a very dull, quiet, sideways, ranging market with not a lot really to give it a kick start. Now, looking at some of the sentiment of what's going on in the gold market, I use the seasonality and the commitment of traders to try and understand what's going on there. Down the bottom there, we've got seasonality, pretty flat at the moment, and it probably remains flat all the way through to November time before falling off in terms of price historically. And if we go to the commitment of traders, that's the red and the black line. The red line is the commercials. I don't really use that for gold, so I use the black COT index there, and I look for the breaks around 10s and 90s and the actual overall trend of what's going on and see how that correlates to the price. And actually at the moment we've just seen a dip below the 90, which was more of a bearish sign, but it's holding around those levels, indicating sort of a weak bullish, a weak bearish situation at the moment, and possibly looking to turn back up, but I'll be watching that closely. Remember, that's updated only on a Friday in terms of data from the CFTC, so it's a bit of a longer term guide, but it's a good guide nonetheless. At the moment I would say probably a neutral situation going on in the sentiment. Now the line break chart I use for more obvious trend analysis, and even better still the reversal in the trends, and to give me points of possible entry. Now got the daily gold line break chart here, and I use a 4 line break chart, but I use a 2 bar entry exit, and as you can see I've drawn on the purple line there. The next signal for me personally would be around 18.18 on this longer term daily gold chart for a possible change in the direction to be more bullish. So the daily Heikin-Ashi chart, what's it showing us? Well, in terms of signals, down the bottom right there, the bottom 2 lines, both bearish at the moment. Volatility pretty neutral, that's that one just above the signals there, trading around its average, and above that volume trading below at the moment, nothing too exciting there. Now jumping on to the price action, box setup, we're trading just below, and we're trading within the regression 2 standard deviation bands, which it has done, like I said, for pretty much the last year. So again, all pretty neutral really. So the Renko chart for the shorter term price action, we've got a $5 block size here, and signal wise, stochastics at the bottom turning a bit more bullish. The regression one is turning up but staying still bearish, so neutralish overall there. Price, as you can see on top of the chart, has turned recently, hitting the 38.2% Fibonacci line, which is 1768, 1770 area. Now if we can push up from here, it's got to get above that moving average line around sort of the late 1700s and get past that 50% Fibonacci line is 1794 before it can sort of then target that next Fibonacci 61.8 at 1820, and then it's got to get through quite a lot of noise really around 1825, as you can see the peaks there historically on the price, before it can think about moving up to the mid 1800s and pushing on up to those 1900s. And downside wise, if it reverses back from here, 1730s as some sort of initial support, and then if it breaks from there, then it's the late 1600s. Either way, you know, either direction, it's going to need some sort of fundamental shake up to get it moving. It's in competition with the cryptocurrencies, so maybe struggling a bit there, but at the moment Renko again pretty neutral. So measured purely off the technicals and sentiment measured through the technicals, there's really not a lot going on, so I can't give any sort of directional opinion other than neutral. So there might be an options strategy there if you're a seller of options, but overall, like I say, neutral both in the Heikin Ashi and in the Renko. But if we target in on possible up and down sides, then upside slightly better than the down, 1.5, 2.75 to 1 if you're being a bit more aggressive, and the downside 1.16, 2 to 1. So not much in it either way, but like I said, overall, you know, pretty neutral, and it's going to need some fundamental sort of kick up the pants to get it going. So gold, not that impressive at the moment and nothing to get too excited about. Let me know, and love to hear your feedback on where you think the price of gold is going next. Do you trade it? Have you got any great strategies? Any good stories of trading gold? Let me know in those comments below. And if you've liked the technical analysis in today's video, want to learn more, I'll put a link in the description below that you can follow to get stuck into there. If you liked today's video, please give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and bell buttons to receive future notification of content I produce such as this. And all that's left for me to say is thanks for watching, good luck with the trading, and I'll see you in the next video.